So after I found out a couple of days ago that my little dog had been mauled on a dog walk and had had his ear bitten off, it kind of threw me off, to say the least. That little dog is my little boy. He's all I have. I mean, aside from this property. So it was really my worst nightmare to hear that had happened. But he's fine. He's an asymmetrical dog now with just one ear. But he's still my precious boy, and I'm just glad that he survived, and that my brother was able to save him and get him to the vet. But because of that, because I wasn't feeling 100%, and I've been pushing myself to the limit, and I'm definitely starting to feel like I'm getting run down now. I thought I'd take the day off, go to Darwin, and go to Crocosaurus Cove. So I did that, and that was really, really cool, really peaceful. You can swim with the crocodiles, with perspex in between you. There's a pool there as well. But I didn't stick around for that because my back was so bad. And I think I've just got to this point now where my body is starting to shut down. So anybody who's ever done long shoots in the film industry knows what this is like, where you just go and go and go and go until that final wrap, and your body kind of senses that it doesn't have to function at 200% anymore, and then you just have a massive dive. And I think I'm kind of in that stage at the moment where I've pushed my body to the limit. I've got to the point where I've achieved pretty much everything I need to achieve. I got a text message today from the contractors to say that they were going to get to the fire breaks on Monday, which is literally the day that I'm flying out. So if they do that, then I'll actually be able to do a walk around the property and film a little bit. So I'm quite excited about that, and happy that it's going to happen before I go. So here's hoping that it does happen before I go. And like I say, I think when it comes to everything, I've done quite enough. I can stop now. There's just a few little things that I'll probably, work on. Just the electrics. I know that there's some wiring that I need to, make sure is a lot more fire safe. So it looks like some of the insulation had been chewed away by some animal. So just a little bit of electrics, packing everything away, getting everything secured. I got the replacement padlocks today, so I can chain things up and padlock things to the best of my ability. So that makes things a lot more secure. And it's pretty safe to say that I've reclaimed this property from the elements, and it doesn't feel like an abandoned property anymore. Just in time for me to leave it and return to New Zealand. So I would imagine that I'm going to get a horrible flu when I get back. My body isn't going to deal very well with the climate change, and I'm feeling pretty low after hearing that my precious boy was hurt while I was away. So I hope you're going to enjoy some of the footage I'm going to show you, which is from Crocosaurus Cove. You can see the crocodiles being fed, and I went through the reptile enclosure as well, and had a look at some of the reptiles. Obviously there's quite a few little lizards that are around here, but fortunately not so many of the snakes. And it was nice to be able to see them safely without having to worry about them coming and causing me some issues by biting me. It was very peaceful. It was amazingly calming for me to go there and spend some time with the reptiles and the crocodiles. So yeah, coming to the end. I think I've probably got one more Back on the Block episode to do, and that will be probably my journey home. And then next season we can really make some changes here, because like I say, this time round it's just been assessing what needs to be done. There'll be a little bit more of that in the final episode, as I pack things away, and just make note of what I need to fix the next time I come. I have had a difficult time, but the actual property itself hasn't been a problem. It's been logistics, finances, waiting for contractors, finding new contractors, all those kind of things. So it's been more human problems than it has been problems with nature or with the property itself. Obviously there were some issues here with fire damage, but it looks like there was a pretty severe bushfire, or reasonably severe bushfire, that swept through here, and I think that's really what took out a lot of stuff. I know there was a lot of lightning storms, there was cyclones. It's kind of normal. It's very normal for Dundee Beach and for Darwin to have this kind of thing. Back in the 80s, Darwin City itself was completely destroyed, or about 70 to 80% of the city was destroyed by a cyclone and rebuilt. But looking at the way this place is set up with the containers and the way in which the abolitionist block survived the fire, I'd have to say this place is probably pretty secure, and the things that I've done with just mowing and cutting back some of that grass really help to make sure that it's going to be secure for the rest of the dry season. And then next year it's going to be a whole different ball game. I'm going to be trying to get this place up and running, trying to get it to the point where I can accommodate other people. So more bedding, fixing air cons, making sure there's a proper kitchen, all those kind of things that I would have loved to have done this time round, but it takes a lot of resources and a lot of money to make that happen. And given that I've only been here for a month and I got to spend a lot more time on the property, it was really endearing to see that I could make so much progress in such a short period of time. So I think all in all, I've got to say that it's been a win when it comes to this trip. But yeah, my body is already over it. My mind, I broke a few times and then just had to keep on going. So it's understandable that my body is shutting down, and I think the last straw was hearing what happened to my dog back home. So yeah, it's time to start winding things up, packing things down, and the next episode, I'd imagine, will be just putting a lid on things and getting ready for my flight home. That final journey back to freezing cold Auckland, New Zealand, where I believe it was 5 degrees today, and now I get cold at 24 degrees Celsius. Having acclimated to the Darwin environment, so it's going to be very difficult for my body to handle the 5 degrees. We'll see how I do, but stay inside. It's been, stay close to the heater. Spend some time with my boy, and I think I'll be feeling a lot more positive about being stuck back in New Zealand. Plus I've got lots of work to get on with anyhow. It'll just be a relief to enjoy some of the creature comforts that I've had to forego in order to stay here. But I mean, it's been a journey. It's been a hell of a trip. So I'm going to leave you with a sequence of images and video from my trip to Crocosaurus Cove. So check out the crocodiles, check out the lizards, and these are all local animals. Definitely the crocodiles. I haven't seen them, thankfully. They don't come up into the property, but I know that just down at the back of the property is an estuary, and they'll definitely be in there. There'll be big crocodiles there, man-eaters. But there's plenty of barramundi for them to eat, plenty of mud crabs for them to eat, so they're not particularly interested in me here on the property.